Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so I'm manifesting that everybody who needs to hear this message, hear it, right? This is for Life Path 9. The way that you calculate what your life path is you take all of the numbers of your birthday, you add them all together, and you reduce them to a single number, right? Unless it comes to the number 11, 22, 33, or 44. Typically, it doesn't go over 44. So, and it's kind of rare if you get the number 44, okay, as a birthday um, or a life path number, right? But it's not impossible, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to review some things right now. Life Path 9, right? You are kind of like a walking tower moment that will be going on. A lot of endings that will be coming into place. You are kind of like the number 7 in regards to. I noticed that a lot of family healers, generational curses, all those different things can be associated with your walk, meaning you would have probably you would be kind of close to those persons, at least whoever essence this is, right? In the life path 9, I'm picking up on that. So that's that portion. The other portion of the number 9, right? It being being at the top, right? Being at the top, it being the end of the cycle, right? That's when you know you would have cycled out everything with what it is that you're doing. Okay? If you're at the 7th stage, it's about feeling that it's over. At the 9th stage, it's knowing it's over. Okay? So I'm hoping that helps you guys out in that regard. But what we're going to be reviewing is some of the things it is that you're going to be that you could be possibly dealing with, and what will be coming in for you. So pay attention to it. Okay. Overall essence of okay. So two cards flipped out first, right? But you got to do a little bit of work to uncover them. And in regards to this, going to be talking about love, right? Now, whether this is going to be romance or business or whatever, what have you, that's going to be really important for you to know about your situation, life path 9. Okay. Cancer essence, right? And then you have okay, the enlightenment that comes within one not making an investment, or realistically the enlightenment that comes with a bad investment in King of Wands, being a bad investment in the action portion, in action love. Some of the other portions of it will be about the King of, with this whole King of Wands aspect, right? Yeah, because the funny thing that comes in place with King of Wands, he's about that action, right? And with you like Path 9, what this is giving is the act of love. You see it as a bad investment. That's that portion. Now, for some, right, like Path 9s, then that's one group that I'm reading. The other group, right, is going to be about 7 years ago, enlightenment about 7 years ago. How there would have been King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? That there would have been some sort of romantic situation that would have been going on as a competition. And then there would be this waiting for the burden, waiting for the burden, waiting for the wait. Yeah, when a person is just waiting just to wait. This is given that really sad aspect of fire essence, procrastination. It would be about the procrastination in an expansion, or procrastinate, or how a person would procrastinate for 3 years. Oh my goodness, this is not good. No, I'm just saying, this isn't good because if you procrastinate, if you wait 3 years for something to happen or to go on, for what is given is waiting 3 years, right? Or the expansion being either or either supernatural in some instances, but it's really given being the leap of faith, whether or not a person knows the enlightenment. I'm hearing spiritual games, playing stupid games, winning stupid prizes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would definitely be one of them. Because when it comes to love and romance and things of that nature, yeah, you shouldn't play those types of games. You really shouldn't, because that's a setup and it makes you look horrible. It can, like Path 9, it can make you look really, really horrible. Life Path 9, not Destiny number 9. We're not reading for those. Destiny numbers are associated with your name, with your name, right? The numerology associated with the name, right? But with the life path and the ending aspect and the ending action in love, right? The enlightenment of the bad investment. Mm-mm. And this King of Wands. Let's see. And loving the love. Yeah, because it's just a competitive thing, is what this is giving. So a person would have to wait. Okay, and it's given a God complex because, let me see. Yeah, let me, hold on. Before I say that, now I wanted to look down the rabbit hole to see if that matched it all. Okay, yeah, because the song that I'm hearing, the whole "If you wait on the Lord, everything will be okay." That's a God complex, like Path 9. That's a lot of a God complex. You want to know why? Because you're not God and you're not the Lord. That's really rude. Oh my goodness, y'all doing too much already. I'm sorry. Yeah, especially if this is some things it is that you will be having going on. Now, whether this is you or someone else, that's a the cards aren't in the reverse to show narcissism, but it's given narcissism and the enlightenment of, especially when you have enlightenment of the supernatural and things of that. You know about this, and but the happiness 7 years ago that came into place, or that would come into place with this King of Wands, love and competition. One of the other things that I'm gonna go ahead and say is when it comes to this life path 9 and being competitive, I am not a what would be structured as a competitive person, so I can't really speak on it. But what I will say is, in the mode of competing, you have to understand the competitor. In short, you have to know the other persons that you would be truly up against. And in this whole love aspect, with some people, you could be dealing with other suitors, right? And others who are working on their healing work and their shadow work, the person you're competing with is them. You can't compete with them over the loving aspect, because what this is showing is you're willing to win at all costs. You'll do anything. Which, and it was 9:44 when I said that. So you need to heal. You need to heal that. You really, really do. Especially with this whole Capricorn aspect, whether it be the structure, whether it be the sexuality aspect. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? One of the things I'm going to go ahead and say, even in the sexuality aspect, when you're dealing with a person who loves themselves on a regular and they use, we grown her, they use toys, guess what? You're going to be competing with a toy, with a battery. And you may not have the stamina or realistically the desensitization that will come into place with that. So y'all, you might want to pay that some attention. Okay, life path lines. Yeah, because what you'll mess up, you'll FAFO is what that boils down to. So it's that part, especially with this whole supernatural aspect and the leap of faith, not recognizing the isolation that comes into place with there being the doing of love and feeling of love and being unattractive. What it is to do and feel love with someone who's aggressive, right? In addition to the whole coming in with clarity of some things not working, of things not working. This is something that I'm getting life path 9 that you would know about. This is some things that you know. Yeah, because this realistically, it looks like a bad story that would have been told. And first, there would have been this enlightenment and happiness about there being this bad investment that would have come into place with uh, the action, right? Of what it is that would have been nurtured as love. And then there would have been this winning at all costs, but waiting for the initiation of the supernatural, the burden of the supernatural heaviness, and not recognizing the what it is to recognize when a person would invest in recognizing when a person would look inside themselves. Part of this is about looking inside themselves. The other portion of it is what it is that will go on with the doing of love. You got this King of Wands and then you got this King of Cups, right? And then there being this aggression and the dramatics that coming in with clarity or to clarify what it is that will be going on when one isn't working, part one, or some stuff it is that would have taken place 8 years ago. Especially, yeah, because like Path 9, you always on the ending of something. It's pretty much what that boils down to. You're always ending, yeah, that's your intention. That's your life path to be able to realistically solution seek so that whatever comes next is supposed to come next. It's basically what the 9 does, right? Surrender to the flow is the overall essence, and in the nature of things, within there being happiness of the bad investments. Another Okay, so another thing that I'm hearing is sowing seeds. The happiness of 7 seeds being sown, and this is actually the Virgo essence. Okay, so the young adult aspect that come into place with being a young king. What it is to be a young king, and there be this action. Okay, so you need to look at the dark side of the beginning, or and the supernatural aspects that come into place with seek your destiny, know your power, and see yourself in nature. Within looking, yeah, this is about how you see yourself, your natural power, what's natural to you, not what's natural to someone else or for someone else, and you got to surrender to that flow. Sacral chakra, You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and essences right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. Yeah, pay attention to what it is that will be going on with your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra, uh, that's the creative epicenter, life path 9. So you really want to be mindful of what happens and goes on with it. Even in regards to like if you're a woman and you're dealing with a king of wands, right? And he just so happened to be a king of cups, right? If he got a lot of stuff going on because he's trying to win at all costs, and you get what I'm saying, right? You need to be careful, be careful and weary and leery of that, right? Because the inspiration and the act of love, right? Yeah, how aggressive, I don't know, it could be or one could be. All right, let's see what else. Heart chakra is the overall essence. So you gotta surrender to your heart. Surrender to your heart. Listen to your heart. Okay, some of the things that'll be coming in for you would definitely be some investments. That'll be one of them, due to the attraction, how one would recognize the attraction, right? And then there will be, if you get nervous, focus on service and be willing to forgive, right? So put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs by asking the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Okay, so what will be coming in is the service that is associated with forgiveness. People like to, okay, so here's the deal that always comes into place with this. This is what this is given, like Path 9, whether this is for you or for someone else, especially with this Saturn aspect coming up, slash Capricorn, slash the devil essence. People think forgiveness is linear, and it's not. It's steps that goes into it when you're even asking for forgiveness. One of the things that's really coming to me a whole lot is I remember in a situation that I was dealing with, the person kept saying, I'm not going to kiss your ass, but I'm not going to kiss your ass. It's not kissing ass if you are in the wrong and you genuinely did wrong by the person. And there are steps that you have to take in order for things to be back on track between you and that person. That is not kissing ass. That's called being adult. Now, if you don't like adulting, welcome to the fucking club. Ooh, but welcome to the club, okay? That's why you get some of us who don't want to do nothing wrong to nobody because we don't like having to correct and go through that process, or we're just a naturally loving, caring person. So we don't have to go through that stuff that you eat that the egotistical people go through. Okay? You might need to really pay that some attention. I'm hearing divorce. Okay, if you're going through a divorce, that sounds personal because you probably needed to apologize for some things and go through the steps of forgiveness and you didn't do that. And no one has to genuinely listen to you on a continuous basis. This is why you're divorced and no one wants to, and that person doesn't want to be with you. I wouldn't want to be with you either. You sound a mess. You don't sound very nice. Because you don't want to have to, you don't want to kiss nobody. In short, you don't want to do what's right. You want people to do what's right by you, but you don't want to do what's right by them. Lord have mercy. What I'll say in regards to this is life path 9. Whether this is you or the other person, you need to get yourself together. You need to get yourself together. I don't know how you're going to do it, but part of it is going to be about the heart chakra. It really is. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. In the romantic aspect, and this is the other portion of it, because in the romantic aspect, what you're looking at is how Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and say sex ain't an apology. Part one. It's not an apology. You can bang till you blue in the face and the person still won't like you. Part one. Part two. If there have been steps and you know that there is an apology and all this other stuff that's supposed to go on or come into place, you should just take those steps. All of these cards are adult here, and the situation of winning at all costs and how one would realistically be unattractive or aggressive, that's going to be a problem. It certainly is going to be a problem. I hope this helps you guys out just a little bit. Yeah, because Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, or this King of Cups, an aggressive, I'm going to put it this way, and hopefully this helps you out. I don't know which side of this is for you with Life Path 9. Life Path 9. Not any other type of fucking 9 that there could be. Because y'all gonna make me upset. I already know what some people like to do. Life Path 9. And there, I heard, I don't know if you heard the honk in the background, but that's confirmation because people like to purposely mess stuff up. If you don't like being wrong, then you should listen right the first time and ask the appropriate questions in real life. Stop playing the spiritual games because I kept hearing this: play spiritual games, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. This is what happens when you call yourself loving loving a person who would constitute as ugly or unattractive or who's aggressive, who's overly dramatic. And then this is what happens with it. Okay? So I'm hoping it helps you out. Yeah, the last thing I'll say is because this is two different men. This is two men, not a woman. So if this is two men going at it, you could do that with another dude. You can't do that with a chick though. Yeah, because the other part of it is you would be aggressive or not aggressive because it's not aggression when it's with another man. It's passion when it's with another man. 2244 when I said that. So hopefully that helps you out just a little bit, gave you a tad bit of an inclination as to a few different things it is that will be going on. If you like to schedule your own personal touch of clarity, you are more than welcome to do so, and I encourage it often. Your own personal touch of clarity on your life and your situation. You could lightwork@gmail.com. lightwork@gmail.com. Like, share, and subscribe. All right. Cause see, remember, like work, it ain't like work. It is not like work. It's not like work, and that's why you have to stay like while you work.